Hi, now that you've learned all the individual pieces of doing this procedure to tap and calm yourself down, I want to go ahead and run you through the entire thing, and then after that I'm going to show you a shortcut that'll make it even faster. We're going to go ahead and pretend that our problem or something that we're working on, since test taking is so important in schools and you have to do it all the time, we're going to go ahead and help you to improve that. Maybe you're a great test taker already, you can get even better. Maybe you're somebody that kind of freaks out and gets nervous. This can help you too. Okay? So, remember we're going to start with that karate chop point, the place between the base of your baby finger and your wrist. Start tapping. We're going to say the problem 3 times, but still you're going to give yourself acceptance. We're going to go ahead and say, I'm awesome. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Even though I get really nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Even though I get really nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Even though I get really nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Then you're going to go into the sequence. And remember, it starts on top of your head. Well, let me tell you, this is a little distracting. So while you're doing it, you're going to say a reminder phrase. And the reminder phrase is simply that beginning portion of your setup. It's the problem. So, nervous on tests, down to your eyebrows. Nervous on tests, side of eye. Nervous on tests, under eye. Nervous on tests, under nose. Nervous on tests, chin, it's really that dip. Nervous on tests, collarbone, which is where you tie a tie. Nervous on tests, sometimes I do it with my fingers, sometimes I do it with a little fist. Either way works fine. Reach across your body, underarm. Nervous on tests, go to your thumb. Nervous on tests, nervous on tests, nervous on tests. Remember, we're close to the end of your finger. Nervous on tests, nervous on tests, and go ahead back to where you started. Nervous on tests. Then you're going to do that 9 gamut. Close your hand. You're going to find that spot by your baby finger and ring finger knuckle. Come back about 1/2 inch towards your body, and you're going to be tapping on there. It's easier for me to set it in my lap. Maybe you set it on your table or just against your body. You're going to tap the entire time while you think about your problem. Nervous on tests. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look hard down one direction, hard down the other, all the way around in a circle, all the way back the opposite way. Hum, count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hum again. Then you're going to finish off, nervous on tests, 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 nervous on tests. Stop and take a breath. If it were some other kind of problem, you would be kind of assessing how nervous you are. If you started on a scale of 0 to 10, where 10 is you're so nervous you can hardly stand it, you feel like you're going to be sick. 0 is somebody else that gets nervous on tests, or someplace in the middle. Since our test is probably far off, it might be harder for you to guess. So we're going to go ahead and do an adjusted phrase. We're going to assume that we've taken care of part of the problem and we have some of it left. So we're going to tap here on this karate chop point. Our problem is still being nervous on tests. So we're going to say, even though I'm still nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Even though I'm still nervous on tests, I'm awesome. 3rd time. Even though I'm still nervous on tests, I'm awesome. In math, your leftover is the remainder, so you're going to talk about the leftover being nervous on tests. Remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, about 7 times each. Remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness. That's a shortcut. You could stop there, but we're going to do it. Remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness. Take a breath again. If this is something that you're preparing for in advance, like tests that are going to be coming up, I recommend to start doing it today and do it every single day. I wouldn't waste your time with this if I didn't think it would work. There's no money-back guarantee, but it worked for me. I was able to complete an important test that I had to do for the first time ever at age 52 after doing this. because I usually freaked out on tests. I would always prepare, but during the tests, it's like the answers were hiding from me and I wouldn't be able to finish in the allotted time. So when it was a time test, I really couldn't do as well as I normally could because I couldn't find those answers. And obviously, if you leave some blank, you're going to miss them. So I used that. It really helped me, and I recommend that you try it too. I wanted to clarify the shortcut for you. I mentioned it before, but I want to make sure you understand exactly how to do it. You're still going to go ahead and do the setup phrase, that affirmation, where you acknowledge whatever your problem is 3 times, and then give yourself that sign of unconditional love. I'm great. I'm an okay kid. I completely love and accept myself. I'm awesome, whatever it happens to be. You'll do that, and then you're going to follow it by just a shortened version of the tapping sequence, starting with your top of the head, eyebrows, side of eye, under nose, chin, collarbone, and underarm. So you're going to do the head and the body, but you're not going to do the points on the hand. And you can stop after that. If you want to, you could do the 9 gamut with closing your eyes, open your eyes, okay, you know that whole sequence. You could do that, or you can just go into your entire second round of assuming that you've taken care of part of the problem and then doing your adjusted phrase, even though I still have some of this problem. So I'm going to go ahead and run you through it. Again, we'll go ahead and assume that the issue we're working on is test-taking anxiety, and we're going to go ahead and say, so that you can follow along with me, we'll go ahead and say, even though I get nervous on tests, I'm awesome. All right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Even though I get nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Second time. Even though I get nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Last time. Even though I get nervous on tests, I'm awesome. After that, you're going to do your tapping, reminding yourself of the problem. Nervous on tests. And you tap about 7 times each, but I never count. Eyebrows, nervous on tests, 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 and you can do it with your fingertips or with a little fist, either way. Nervous on tests. And you can stop there. And then you can go ahead and do your second adjusted phrase of, even though I still have some of this problem being nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Remember, we do it 3 times, so 2 more. Even though I still have some of this problem being nervous on tests, I'm awesome. Even though I still have some of this problem being nervous on tests, I'm awesome. And then the adjusted reminder phrase, remaining nervousness or remaining nervous on test, whichever works for you. We'll do remaining nervousness. Remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness, remaining nervousness. And you're done. Now how fast, how many times a day could you do that? Because it only takes you a few minutes. It's worth your time. Give it a shot. Thank you. Practice it. Persistence is really going to pay off. Maybe you don't feel any difference right away. That's okay. Some people do. Some people don't. Some people get a delayed reaction where a few hours later or a day or 2 later they feel better. But go ahead and try it. Really. If it helps you to do better on a test, what's giving up 5 or 10 minutes of your life to practice this each day? Make your life better. I would. Thank you.